All right, we are back. Georgia winning 28-6 against Austin Peay. I think I had them winning 52-14, and you had them 40 something to 3 or no points.
49-3.
Yeah. You none of us got close. Final score was 28-6. So ugly game, not good. I mean, it started bad omens. I think you were the one that called it out first. Whenever I called you to tell you that they moved the game at 10 o'clock in the morning, and they bumped it up an hour. Not a good omen. Not a good start. And then the through almost 3 hour lightning delay. That was awful. So just not a all way around omen wise, not good. And then the play on the field, the first two drives, they looked good. I mean, they ran the ball effectively. They were pushing them back, and obviously they should in those type of games, given that it's Austin Peay. And then somewhere in the middle there, we dropped all of our candy. So why don't you go ahead and break it down, and I'll give my
Well,
thoughts.
I'll start with the good. The good was I thought defense actually played pretty well. No huge complaints. Defensive line played well, which you would expect against an opponent like Austin Peay.
Yeah.
Thought so. No huge complaints from a defensive side of the ball, but when it comes to the offense, good lord, I am really concerned, man. I think it's okay at this point. It's okay for Georgia fans to say we're worried going in to Tennessee.
Oh yeah.
I'm just really concerned. Where do I start? Um, I guess the first thing I would start with is I get it, man. They're playing off of you so far. You take what they give you, and we have thrown the ball sideways for, I think we can go around the world now, I'm pretty sure, in 2 games with the amount of passing that we have done horizontally. I get it to a certain extent, but we have very rarely have we tried to stretch the field. Heaven forbid we go over the middle at all and use the tight ends. Where
Yeah.
were they yesterday? Totally non-existent. And I get we're trying to play vanilla, but there's so many problems on the offense. I watched, and I'll give him credit. Because dude, I'm just a casual fan. I'm not a football expert. I know what my eyes see, but Aaron Murray, who I think and who's credible, right, has some gravitas, did a breakdown, and offensive line play, man, is a real problem, and it's been a problem. Let's all just call it what it is, man. It's been a problem for 2 years, ever since or whatever he's been. Stacy Searles, man, it's he. Aaron Murray did a breakdown. It was busts, but more than anything else, it was just execution. Like they had the call right at the line, and I think that's causing Gunnar Stockton to lose some confidence, which we saw last year with Fuckface that went to Miami, and we're seeing it now. He's losing confidence, and he's not going through his reads, bro. His reads are like AI's got nothing on Gunnar Stockton going through his reads. They are fast, and he goes through the first thing that's just check down and easy. If he just lets the play develop a little bit, there's some more meat on the bone. But I mean, just unimaginative play calling. I mean, which I guess whatever. It's vanilla first 2 weeks, but you got a quarterback that doesn't trust the pocket. You got an offensive line that's not in pass block. Has real problems, man, real problems. So I'm concerned going against Tennessee. And any Georgia fan that's being honest that watches that game that doesn't have concern is In my opinion, they're kidding themselves. So
Yeah,
anyway.
I think overall defense was fine. I mean, there's guys that flash constantly, and so in these type of games where you're rotating so much and you got, they're not taking the majority of the snaps. Raylan Wilson it really stood out this game to me. C.J. Allen flashed. Elijah Griffin, dude, whenever he gets it all together, and I don't know if it's going to be this year or not, he might be
He's gonna be a
little.
beast.
He's going to be Jalen Carter. So Jordan Hall, Christian Miller, like all those guys up front flashed. Dylan Everett did a good job. I'm glad to see him back. Ellis Robinson continues to be lights out. I know these are, two cupcake games, but lights out. So defensively, that part of it, I'm not really worried about. We'll talk about more of the Tennessee game next video. But, Josh Heupel hasn't put more than 17 points on Georgia. So that part I'm not worried about. What I am worried about is the offense. And I think it was a concern for me. I think I said it at the very beginning whenever we looked at our season previews. What is Gunner? Who is he? And what can he be? And this is, by the way, whenever I think of worst case scenarios, yesterday was one of those cases. What? Why are you laughing at that?
Nothing. Worst case scenario.
Well, there could be, but like whenever I think, the offense is being bogged down, and it has no ability to stretch the field at all. That is case in point of what I was talking about in the preseason, and I said it last week after the Marshall game because we were in person for that. There were guys that were streaking down the middle of the field with no one around them, and it happened again this week. And I think it was more of a more pronounced maybe because of the broadcast kept showing it, but it was unbelievable how bad. And then, go ahead. What are you going to say?
Well, no, I think he's taken which, let's all face it, if you're a quarterback under Kirby, what is the most important thing? Don't turn the ball over and make good decisions. The first thing he looks at in the first two games, hey, these guys are playing way the fuck off. So here's what I've got. I've got it where I can throw it to my receivers and get it to the playmakers and let them go get positive yardage. I get that. I really do. But I think we have got to condense it. But and then I also think on some of the throws that are open, like you're talking about, where guys are wide ass open, he double clutches.
He passed the ball.
And it's just a little bit, and then the timing is completely off, or he chooses not to go that way at all. And if he does see him, and so it is a confidence thing. It is a little bit of, I don't know if he's afraid of making a mistake. I think it's a little bit of, hey, these guys are playing off. I'm gonna check it down. He is check down Charlie. You said it right now. It is.
Yeah.
It is check down Charlie. So I don't know, man. It doesn't look good right now, and I don't have any confidence that between now and Saturday, Stacy Searles is going to fix anything that we haven't seen over the last two and a half, whatever the fuck years it is under
3.
him. I'm irritated with the offensive line. I really am.
Well, I don't even know. The thing that people keep saying as well, they really need Ernest Green and Juan Gaston. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's fine. They do need that. But your second and third guy should be an FCS starting defensive lineman. And that's effort. That's effort to me.
I don't know what it is. But I can tell you this. But when you look, it doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure it out. when you look against Austin Peay, I saw kids out there, and I'm no disrespect to Austin Peay, but I'm like, gee whiz, they're playing against Georgia.
Right.
And then compared to what we have, how we look coming off the bus, and for us not to be able to get more movement and more execution on the offensive line than that is really not great.
No,
Not good at all.
it's not. And I want to talk a little bit because, look, I know Kirby, he sandbags a lot in these games. I mean, the guy was thrilled at the press conference. He's like nothing happened. That could have been like my reaction if Georgia won 56 to nothing. Like he was cool as a cucumber. Was it? He was, dude. He said he was happy that they faced adversity. So, you
He
know,
called it slot ball though.
yeah, sure, yeah, he did. He said it was sloppy, but like again, given like some of the way he's reacted to certain games is kind of surprising to me. His reaction in the press conference, to be honest with you. But anyway, um, and I know they limit the playbook, and I know Kirby tries to make them left-handed, and they try to practice situations. They use plays that they're not often going to use in these situations, like throwing 3 bubble screens 3 times in a row. Unbelievable, Mike Bobo. Shout out all the Bobo haters and all the people who are on Twitter who talk about how great Bobo is. Anyway, it was a long breath. But my biggest problem right now is I don't think they're showing Gunner any confidence in the play calling, Mike Bobo. Everything, and I know we were watching it together, so you've already heard some of my complaints, but everything is a pre-packaged read, and that doesn't give you any confidence.
And when you're playing, like
Training wheels.
absolutely, dude. And when you're playing these teams that are afraid to get scorched deep, they're playing off. So if it's a prepackaged read, I don't blame Gunner for throwing all the play, all
No.
the things sideways. It's there, right?
Yes. Yes.
But
And that 2 minute. Oh,
you're
go.
not equipping your guy to go play in the Southeastern Conference because
No.
that shit ain't gonna exist, bro.
Well, and then Kirby talks about he's confident in practice. He does all these things in practice. Well, that's great. But if I'm Tennessee today and I'm watching Georgia's film, I'm going. Well, our safeties are going to be right at the first down marker. Good luck figuring that out.
To beat me.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, is he that dude? I don't know. None of us know. And if you think he is, you're lying to yourself. I haven't seen anything where I go, yeah, Gunner's a dude. We're going to be all right. And we don't know. But, again, I've seen Georgia with Kirby do this with so many teams, lesser opponents. FCS, Kent State comes to mind, who is one of the worst. They're not FCS, but they're one of the worst MAC teams, which is the lowest rung in Division I football. And they put up a better fight than Tennessee did that year. And that's the year we won a national championship. That was the 22 year. Sanford, I mean, I've seen them do this over and over again. So I don't know what to make of all of it other than I'm weary. I don't know what this... I don't know how to put this in words, but it could be a very long fall, could be a very long season, and
I'm concerned about that. I'll be honest with you. I really am.
it could be one of those years where it's like, hey, but I don't know. But there also has to come to a point. I don't know, but sometimes you can be loyal to your guys, but at the same time, you got to play winning football. And I know Kirby has a very, he's got a job for life. And so he doesn't really have to worry about being on a hot seat or not. But, if one guy's better thrower than the other one and that job is to throw the ball, maybe you should look into that. I don't know, though. But I got to tell you, I mean, I would have the same level of trust as Ryan Puglisi in Neyland on the road as I do Gunner. So it doesn't really
I don't
anything
know.
for me.
I don't know if I would. I mean, Gunner's played in the Southeastern Conference, and he's played in the playoffs. So and you're going in a hostile environment. So
It's a little different though, being the dude, and it's like your first road start.
I'm going to say something in a different way. Where do I think right now, based on what I have seen, on the sample size that I have seen, both playoffs, whatever, with Gunner, I like Gunner. I appreciate Gunner, but do I think that with the game on the line, can he win a game for us? I haven't seen it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I haven't seen it, so I don't know, and we haven't been in that position, so I don't know. I don't
And
know.
that's going to come up because I
Sure.
don't think this offensive line is good enough.
No.
I just don't. I don't think they're. I just don't think they're good enough. And so it's going to be a real problem. I think Georgia's defense is going to be okay, and I think it's going to keep us in games. And we got to play really smart and not do like Florida and have 11 penalties. And we can
Spitting
be
on
pretty
players.
good, but I am really concerned based on the first 2 weeks of what I've seen. So that's my honest opinion as a fan. Shit. I also told you that whenever against Arkansas, when Stetson Bennett came in, that we'll never win anything with Stetson Bennett. So my opinion probably is worth 0, but I think anybody watching this objectively would be concerned.
I wouldn't say on a scale 1 through 10. What's the concern? I'm actually
On the offense or on the whole team
just
or
the
what?
whole team. Just the whole team.
7. I'm concerned at a 7, 7 level.
Really.
Yeah.
I'm at like a 4 because I have no idea. I haven't seen anything. I've seen the floor. I like touches of it. I haven't seen the very bottom of the floor, but I haven't seen the ceiling either. And so, what does
Just
that
based off
mean?
sample size so far, I just don't think this offense, based on what I've seen, I don't think
I,
this offense in SEC is going to be productive. And that's
well,
going to require your defense to carry a heavy load, and they're young throughout the year, and I just don't know if they can do that, man.
I don't know. I still, I'm Georgia should win the game against Tennessee. I'm not, but I am now a little. If you asked me last week, will Georgia beat Tennessee? Yes, but not really worried about it. Now there's a concern. Tennessee can come and get you. So and they're due. They're
Yes,
due.
they are.
So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm interested in seeing, what this team is really made out of. This is why we play these games. College game day is going to be there. It's going to be a big environment. And this is why all these kids come to Georgia. So let's see if, everything I've heard in the offseason is, how great this team is going to be and how good, the weapons. That's the other thing, too, man. All I hear about is how good these weapons are. Where are they? Where have they been?
The lack of explosive plays, I guess we can call whatever. Kirby and the offense can sit whatever, any play over a certain amount, whatever. But you and I both know just watching. Have you seen anybody that threatens you like deep?
I mean,
If you get the ball in their hands and you don't play sound and you can't tackle, for sure.
Zachariah Branch is going to burn you. But,
Sure.
the
But
problem is the ball has to get there.
I'm just talking about stretching the defense. And we have not. I mean, whatever. With Austin Peay and Marshall, I get it. But I haven't seen any of that. And I've seen a quarterback that says to pull the trigger. I've seen that.
Yeah. And that, again, I think that was our biggest complaint for on Kirby pre-Stetson. Because that's what happened to Jake Fromm. after the South Carolina game in 2019, he was scared to death to turn the ball over and put it anywhere where it's contested. So you have to have guys like JT Daniels, shout out, and Stetson Bennett, who are like, well, you got to get the ball to the playmakers and make them make plays. I mean, that's all. That's what you have to do, and that's
you've got to have a quarterback that's got a really strong personality, that is a little bit of a gunslinger mentality, that's willing to be coached. That's a very strange combo to deal with Kirby Smart.
Yeah, it is. Well, whatever. Dude, it's just very frustrating, the whole thing, because we need guys like that, and you don't have that. And the whole thing with Georgia fans, like, living in fantasy world because he drives a Ford, and he, chews tobacco, and he has dogs. That's great. That's wonderful.
Hey, dude, love the guy. I have no problem with it.
But I don't care if he's a cross-dresser and he walks around Athens with a dress and has a beard on. If the dude can sling it, I don't care. I really do not care at all. That has never been the issue with me. I'd much rather have a dude who can throw the ball than a guy that's like me. I gotta tell you. So, I've never really understood that stuff with college fan bases. The romance of making guys because they're kind of like you being so great, I don't care.
Seems like look, man, we don't know what he's going to be, and we got to give him a little bit of. I mean, he's had whatever many starts. I appreciate what he did. I thought it was a stud move. It's the reason why all the players love him. What he did against Texas and all that. I thought he played well enough given the circumstances against Notre Dame.
Yeah.
So, and look, we've won against Austin Peay and Marshall. Fantastic. So, I'm not banging on the kid, but based on what I've seen so far and the situations and the way we've handled him, doesn't get, when I say we, the coaching staff, it doesn't give me a whole lot of confidence that when the shit really hits the fan in a hostile environment against really good players in the fourth quarter, or second half, am I going to put the game on your shoulders and you're going to have to deliver? I haven't seen that.
No.
I've seen a kid that second guesses himself and doesn't want to make a mistake.
Yeah. All right, I know at least one person that's in the media watches these videos pretty regularly and will text me about them. And he's in the press conference with Kirby. And so this is to him, and hopefully others follow. Here's my question. Why are we not asking Kirby? And I know you'll say, well, he has them intimidated, which he probably does. And you don't want to go X's and O's because he's probably forgotten more football than I know about football. That's fine. But not a single question was, what with the offense today? Why were there 3 straight not bubble screens, but wide receiver screens? What was up with that play calling? What was going on with the play calling in the red zone? Second half, what was that? Like that second half, the play calling was it was so herky jerky.
Well, that was the thing. After we came out of the 2-hour or whatever it was lightning delay, the first drive looked like, hey, all right, this is more of what I expected it, right? And then bullshit.
Yeah, the second, and then we had a death march.
Yeah.
And so, like, what was the thinking behind all this? Not a single person in the media asked that question, and there were about 2 people that two voices that I recognized that kept asking questions. And one of them was asking decent questions. I'm not going to name, but there was also a female that was asking questions. This has nothing to do with male or female, but the questions were very surface level and not very important to the fact that we only put 28 on Austin Peay. These are questions that need to be answered, and Kirby's the only person that can answer them, whether he gives you an answer or not. But the questions need to be asked. There needs to start being pressure on this because this is people. I also have media people say, "Well, you don't know the standard." I might not know what the standard, but I saw Georgia win back-to-back national championships, and this was not what the offense looked like in those back-to-back national championships. And to me, that is the standard. So, tell me what the standard is, Kirby. Enlighten me, please. And if you want to berate me, berate me. Maybe I should be the dummy and get punched. I'm fine.
Let me stop you because I agree with everything you said. I think there needs to be a little bit more heat brought on because we've seen this now for well over a year.
It's been 3. Let's just be honest with each other. It's been 3 years.
Yeah, we really have. And what's the biggest difference when you look at this offense versus the offenses that we've seen that actually have achieved something?
Yeah.
What I'm asking?
Oh, what? Wow, there's a lot. I mean, the quarterback play would be one of them. The second one would be stretching the field, taking shots, being aggressive, playing complementary football. Offensive line, being killers.
Offensive line being killers. And you don't have to be that talented, but you got to play together, and you got to be fucking animals. And the first, what was that year? The Rose Bowl year, whatever that was.
17.
When we went out and played Oklahoma.
17.
They weren't that great, man.
No.
They weren't that great. They had really good running backs behind them, but that was where just keep chopping. That was that mentality. I don't think we've had that dog mentality in a long time at offensive line, and that to me is the biggest difference. You can make up for a quarter. I mean, I love Jake Fromm, so I'm not, but a quarterback that is
a game manager
efficient. Now, first year, Jake Fromm was, he had his strengths, but he regressed. But you can make up with that if you have a really good offensive line and you got some backs now. That was the other thing we haven't talked about. I thought Chauncey Bowens really showed out. You've been high on him from the very beginning. I thought
the dude should be the starting running back. I know that might be a hot take. He should be the starter. He should get the vast majority. I love Nate Frazier. I think he can be very good. He's very talented.
He's got to hit the hole more, though.
I have not seen that dude. Nate Frazier. I have not seen him break a tackle. Once you get him hemmed up, it's over. That ain't going to work in the SEC. Chauncey Bowens comes with a little something whenever he's running. Dwight Phillips, stud.
Well, the biggest thing it takes time me for a 40, you have to get a calendar out. So I don't know anything about running back. But what I can tell you is Nate Frazier pity pats and tries to juke. Just hit the hole and lower your shoulder. Go get the yards that are there, bro. And that is at a certain point, you got to go get those. Based on our offense so far, you got to fall forward. You got to quit juking, bro.
Well, me and you were looking at this as offensive linemen who are like, dude, there's a hole. Just go hit it. Get 5 yards. Keep doing it.
Hole.
Yeah, well, we're looking at it that way. So a lot of people don't see the game the way that we see it because they didn't play offensive line. And they played.
Well, let me ask you this: as an offensive lineman, we're talking about just shitting on them, right? As an offensive lineman, who would you like to block for? Chauncey
Bowens.
You damn right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get up behind me and let's go. And Dwight, dude, I would love to block for Dwight Phillips. It would only be like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. Stand and go. That would be perfect for me. But I totally I agree with you on everything. I'm still obviously I'm not as concerned as you are. Maybe I should be, and maybe you'll be proven right Saturday afternoon.
I hope,
Hopefully,
I hope I'm
I
wrong.
hope you're not. It's just too small of a sample size for me to be concerned right now. It's just too small. I can't make any judgment on it. I really have to see them play Tennessee in a hostile environment on the road. Let's see. And then, hey, it doesn't get any easier because you got Alabama who's pissed off. Kalen DeBoer's ass is on the line. And then you go on the road to Auburn, and they're looking nothing but to upend us. I mean, that would make their whole year. So it doesn't get any easier. So Tennessee, you have to come away at this portion of the season in the next 4 weeks. You got to come away. There's a bye in there, so 3 games in 4 weeks. You got to come away with 2 of the wins, and the 2 easiest ones are Tennessee, Auburn, and you got Alabama at home. So there's no excuses. And if they don't win 2 of those games, then we're not going anywhere where we want to be. And then by the way, if the media is not asking questions, then we got a major problem. Because then you end up like Florida.
I'm just smiling because we said Florida.
Well. All right, speaking of, by the way, I know polls don't matter, but like Penn State, I don't even know what the score was, but I looked at halftime and it was like 10-0. And they jumped up in rankings of the AP, and Georgia dropped 2. I just don't even know. I don't know how that works. Whatever. Just whatever.
By the way, I don't know who it is. I was on the way to the airport on the drive back. I heard there was a national ESPN show or whatever, and they were like, what do you think when you have conference overlap, right? Like you have SEC playing ACC, Big Ten playing whatever, right?
Yeah.
Amongst the power conferences. And it was some girl, some lady on there. She goes, I would say Big Ten by conference. Big Ten first, SEC second, ACC third, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what the record is? SEC.
Is this in what time frame? Like this season or like?
Oh, this season.
Well, I know Alabama's and Florida are the only 2 losers. Vandy beat Virginia Tech, so I have no idea. It's probably better than what you imagine.
Exactly the 2 losers, 8-2.
Yeah.
So, all I'm saying is, to your point, it doesn't get any easier. This is a bloodbath, dude, and people can still jack off the Big Ten and all that, and then they have these rankings. All this shit is all bullshit, and they're not gonna. I don't know if they're gonna get it right or not, but it's a bloodbath. And now you got Oklahoma. Who would you take, Oklahoma or Texas, right now, based on what you've seen?
Well,
Oklahoma.
I'm gonna be biased. I love my Sooners.
I'm not even biased. I'm just telling
biased.
you right now. I think Oklahoma's for real.
Well, I like that John Meter, Matar, whatever.
My bigger point, without getting into like way off the rails here, is like this is a gauntlet, and every team has gotten better. And I think Georgia, based on what I've seen, which is all across college football, we're settling to the fucking
Average.
above average, but you know what I mean? Like it's going to be really hard.
But I mean, there's not an elite team. There's not a single elite team right now. So I don't know. I mean, everything's still obviously everything is still in front of you, but I don't know. We'll see. Also, I wanted to talk about it a little bit. Mississippi State, what a way to win a football game. Congrats to them.
Cowbells at night, baby.
Well, I said it was hard to play, but I still took Arizona State to win. It's, that was good that they needed something like that, and it's good, at least whenever the SEC looks good, and Mississippi State is a part of that. They're a passionate fan base, so good for them for that win. Vanderbilt, no one's talking about Vandy. No one's talking about the Commodores. Telling you, I've been on this for a while. but they just cleared out Lane Stadium in Virginia Tech. That is, for Vanderbilt, that is high of highs. So good for the Commodores. I'm proud. Good for them. It's a feel-good story. And then also another feel-good story, Florida losing. Billy, it's been a great run. I really appreciate you. By the way, real quick, before we go, this is all for the Georgia people that watch this. Do you want to guess? I'll just give you a guess. Do you think Dan Mullen or Billy Napier, over the 4 years that they were there, who had better overall recruiting?
Oh, Billy Napier for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Dan Mullen.
Really?
Yep. Saw that today. So I miss you, Dan, and I miss you, Billy. I'm gonna miss Billy a lot. So
It's a by the way, $20 million buyout.
yeah.
So, I would say that's probably. I don't know, dude. I think it's probably going to happen sooner rather than later.
Well, they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose to Miami, and they got LSU. I think they have LSU this week. So
He could be gone before Miami. If he
maybe,
loses against LSU,
yeah, but that's an expected loss, right now. At this point, as a Florida fan, you have to. I started crying. Go Gators! You started. You have to kind of rejig your expectations here. So I would say, well, we're going to lose to LSU. The game though is Miami. We're we're just as talented as Miami. Well, and then Carson Beck. So that's an issue. So I don't know. Does he make it to Jacksonville? That to me is the biggest question. I think that game, if he's still the coach, that game's the make or break, and it seems like it has been for every coach that's been let go for Florida. That's their barometer of like, hey, we got to cut bait here.
I got to be honest, man. I am so glad, and I know who knows what can happen in the future, but that we haven't gone through what Florida and Tennessee has gone through. Think about that. The drama.
Yeah.
Of that type of disruption in the program. It's sad to see, but they'll be back. But it may, by the looks of it may take them a while.
Yeah, well, Urban's going to come and save them.
Party is what I would say.
Yeah, Urban's going to come and save them and put the 12. What's his name? The 12 rules of discipline. Whatever the hell it is, I don't know. All I know is if you're a Georgia fan, I think we should all welcome Urban back into the fold and really look forward to it.
I know we talked about this, and we got to wrap up here soon.
Yeah, we got to
go. It would not surprise me at all to see Urban Meyer come back to Florida if they get rid of Billy Bob down there.
Yeah, well, I would. I think we should all welcome it. It would be nice. Just
I would love to see Kirby just stick a foot up his ass.
That's just fantasy stuff. But look, we can all dream. All right, we should be back Thursday. I'm hoping Thursday. We'll see how the schedules work out. But Thursday we'll talk about the Tennessee game. Talk about what we think and what can happen here. So I don't know. I still don't know where I'm going to land. So there's something to stay tuned for. All right, so remember that, and then check us out on social media on Terminus Sports _ATL. That's Twitter, formerly or X, formerly Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And then remember to like and subscribe. We've got a couple more subscribers, so we appreciate it. So keep them coming. Anything final words?
Until next week.
Adios. See you on the other side.